don't know anything. I'm so sick of this. Somebody posted this morning and says, it's just a mask. It's just a mask. You know what? Other people say that too. Just to let you know the community that you're in. You abusers, you ignorant, don't even know any damn thing. Rapists say it's just a penis. You know that, right? You go to prison, the bubba and the thing. It's just a penis. That's all it is. It's just a penis. It's just a pinnacle. Yeah. It's not about it being a mask, and it's not about it being a pinnacle and a tallymacker. It's about you don't have a right to put it anywhere. That's what it's about. You don't have a right to abuse anybody, tell anybody what to do. And did y'all see the CDC start flippity flopping? Look at that too. They flip flop. They said, I don't know if shutdowns work. It's so good. There we go. YouTube's working now. It's so good when people lie. That's why I stopped lying a long time ago. If you believe that, then you believe in a liar. Everybody lies. Everybody lies. When we get old, we call them white lies. Just white lies. Just, it's still a lie. Everybody lies. Everybody lies. Embrace the lie. All right, there we go. YouTube should be fast. Embrace the lie. Everybody lies. But the older you get, you learn to lie less. That's what it is. That's what everybody lies. Everybody, like you say, lies when you lie. Talk about being ignorant. Yeah, but listen, I like to tell the truth. I like to tell the truth. Everybody lies, but you can save lies by lying. Okay? But the older you get, the less you lie. And the reason why? Because it get too hard to remember them damn lies. When you're young, you got all them neurons are firing, got the oxygen, eating them good lunches and stuff. You're sleeping at night, playing video games, enjoying life. You're not a slave. The older you get as a slave, you get old, get gray hair and wrinkles and all that stuff. You can't remember what you ate for breakfast, let alone what you lied about 3 months ago. And so you lie less. Yeah, the CDC changed their position. There we go. YouTube is there. Who is that? No. Well, I know that there. I know that I can see 2 people down there. Somebody on YouTube say hi so we can get started. People waiting. They've been waiting on y'all all damn morning. Y'all late. Who is that? Good morning. I only lie to cops. Oh, yes. Oh, good point, Kentucky Fried Mama. Good point. We could do a video on that. Who is it important to lie to? Man, we can caught you, Kentucky Fried Mama. We can caught you doing 75 in a 55. No, officer, I was not. My speedometer says 62. It says 62. Then they got to test the speedometer thing because they can test it. Yes. You know what? You got to lie sometimes. You got to lie, so you got to lie to your children too. I'm late. No, I ain't late. You lying now, Kentucky Fried Mama. All right, we ready to go. Let me turn this on. We don't know nothing, people. We don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. And the only people who can tell you what to do, who can use force, are people who know. And if you are a part of an ignorant species that do not know, please do not use force because you don't know. You're always going to change your mind because you're lying to yourself and lying to everybody else. Ooh, I got to show you the CDC. They said, no more shutdowns. They said, shutdowns are not the solution. Remember when shutdowns were the solution? And that is not the solution again. That's how you know people lying. They get the ifing and stuttering and stuff. I know. Oh my goodness, strive to truth. Yes, Lori, strive to truth. And no, we ain't never gonna land on that damn truth because life is too hard if you tell the truth all the damn time. No, sometimes you gotta lie. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's true. It's true, everybody lies. Sometimes you lie, you don't even know you're lying. Y'all lying, going on dates, meeting new people, lying. Oh, I just want a man so I can take care of a good man. I'm a good woman and that. You lying. You are good the first 3 months. Everybody's good on the first date. Everybody's good the first 3 months. Everybody's good on the honeymoon. Certain times we're good. Everybody's good at the funeral. Everybody, and the rest of the time, use a person. You will be who you will be. Don't get the line, yeah, I'm just a good woman looking for a good man. I'm just a good man looking for a good woman. Now, you are a product of the United States Incorporated. Nobody knows what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, how you're going to do it. We're all raised in survival mode. Ooh, I want to show you this boxing video. You never know what you're going to get when you raise billions of people in survival mode, conflict-based societies. Turn on warrior genes. You never know you're going to get. You never know you're going to get. Whew. Yeah, cuckoo. Here's the cuckoo virus, moon ass. I tell you what, it is the cuckoo virus. I don't even know where to start this morning. We're going to do deep sea creatures because we don't even know nothing about the history, the ocean, the air, the oxygen, the immune system. We don't know nothing about what animals that got loose out of Rebecca Costello's house trying to eat. I said, did y'all see her kitty cat? It scared the hell out of me. I'll be honest with you. My mirror neurons were firing watching this video. It's something about me and cats. I used to have cats. I don't do cats no more. I do not do cats. I was watching this video last night before I went to sleep, and I was like, oh my God. I didn't know what was wrong with him. Let me show you the video. I was like, what's wrong with this dude? You know what you're supposed to do? How old are you? You're supposed to get a rock, man. What you... He was yelling at it. He see him yelling at Rebecca's cat. Let me show you this. He was yelling at it. It's like, dude, that's not what you do. That's no. He was like, dude. He's like, dude, go find your cubs, dude. Let me show it to you. Rebecca, does your cat respond to dude? But that was funny because he said, go find your cubs, and he called it a dude, and dude don't have cubs. You know, the dude cub cat like the man. No. You lead them cubs for the mama. Look at this. You gotta go get him son. Look at this. I guess he went for a run or something. I'm not even sure where this is at. Somewhere where it's got to be in Florida because I think Rebecca and Costello's live down there in Florida.
You. Holy face.
He's on the camera too. Where is this? He went for a run, slate cat, making noises.
Oh. No! Get the f away!
You can't cuss at the cat.
Get away! Holy. Go!
Look at this thing. He don't want to give up.
No! Go away!
Oh, bad. Don't feed them
Go
cats.
away! Please go away! Holy.
He asked please. He said it nicely. He's like, please go away. Holy. That's funny because he didn't die. That's why it's funny. He said, go away, kitty. Dude. What'd he say?
Go away!
He said, dude, I don't want to die today. Dude.
Go away!
He said, dude, this sucks moon ass.
You're good little kitty cat.
You're good, little kitty cat.
Oh.
Oh, Lord.
Holy.
Oh, my goodness.
What's up, dude?
The hell I was running with there.
Holy. Nice and
I wonder
slow.
what the cat's thinking.
Come on. Ah!
Yelling at it, the cat like, no, it's rocks everywhere. What is he not thinking about? The whole damn time. I was like, look at that big rock right there. Look, right there, the big one.
I'm big and scary.
I'm big and scary.
Go away.
I'm big and scary. The cat does not believe
Go
me.
away.
It's like, the cat looked both
Go
ways
away.
like, do you hear this dummy?
Go get your babies.
He said he's big and
I'm
scary.
not coming back down, I promise.
You ain't big and scary, you food.
Holy.
I mean, he's doing the right thing. He's facing him and he's backing up.
And Mama got to be right there, don't they?
But why didn't he just pick up a rock? Throw the rock.
Dude, you're scary.
Yeah, I know, and he knows you're scared. That's why he's about to bite your foot off.
Scary kitty cat.
Yes, he is. And she gonna eat you from the booty hole out. You turn around.
No, go away. Go away.
Getting closer. There
No.
you go. There you go. That's the stance. That's some scary stuff. Look at that.
No.
He's taking them claws. He can just rip all kind of stuff off of you.
Holy.
Yeah. Oh, he's making hissing noise. I missed that part. He's making hissing noise.
Gosh. Where's my gun?
You didn't bring your gun, dummy. You're supposed to take your gun everywhere. This is America.
Okay. This is when I... No. Get the f*** away. Stupid kitty cat.
No, you can pick up a rock pretty quick. Cuckoo. You can pick that rock up and just know when
Come on, dude.
when your life is threatened, that's what you're supposed to do.
Today.
Then why'd you go running? Where the cougars at? Question. You don't feel like dying today.
Go eat your babies.
You know what? She don't want no baby. She wants you. She wants to put some paws in you, bite it through that neck. Somebody find that video. Oh gosh. All right, I'm done with that. No, he got away. But see, you know what the funny thing is? The whole time I was watching this, and I was scared, and the mirror neurons was going. Like I watch TV, you get scared of the cuckoo virus, and the mirror neurons create the side effects when you get tested. By the way, they tested Trump again. He tested negative.
Thanks, dude. Trying to attack you, guys look away from you.
In the end,
dude,
he picked up a rock. Watch this.
Down.
I think he did. I followed him for 6 minutes. I swear in the end he picked up a rock. See, look, he bent down, he picked up the rock, and he finally got his act together. Watch. Boom, he threw it. Now it's running. See?
Go away from me.
Boom. Look at that.
Shit face.
He called it an S face.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Ooh,
yeah, so that just happened.
It did.
Wow.
Rebecca's cat.
See that? Oh, some will come actually. Holy cow. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm not going back that way.
Yeah, that'd be a bad idea.
Oh boy.
You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that.
Oh.
You said, speaking of traps and walking into traps, how about the because you got to always take what's happening in the world and link it to all this stuff. How about walking into a trap, generation after generation? Central banking. I was watching Max Keiser this morning. Max Keiser was talking about the 25th Amendment. I don't know anything about it because I'm not watching the news. I don't really pay attention. I just need to know when is this going to finally collapse? This end of the world is taking too damn long. It's taking too damn long. But just walk into another trap. See, if we were us in that, then after the group, what is it? What was the Lincoln's currency? Greenback? And then we did central banking and they killed him. And then the Federal Reserve Act, the dollars, which is another non-country currency, we walked into that trap. We walked right back down the hill where we knew the tide, the cougar just left. Somebody hit the light. They know what I'm talking about, don't you? We would just be walking right into the digital dollar like, yeah, this is a good idea. Let's walk back down the hill. Where the international banking cougars are. Maybe they'll be nice this time around. Maybe they won't scam us with fractional reserve banking again. So yeah, no, they're going to do that again. Is this camera in his hand or on his head? It was in his hand, Pat. It was in his hand. Got to find a link for that. I'll post a link, Pat. It was in his hand because that's what you're supposed to do. And in a conflict-based society, you might get a viral video. You might get freed from slavery and have a life like Chris Lewis, where you could just sleep all night, get up fresh and bubbly and bushy-eyed, tailed in the morning. But you got to have a viral video, which is really funny. Well, it's not funny. It's not funny. But when you have a society where everybody needs money or they die, and people will risk life and death. Literally filming a predator that wants to eat you that slipped out of Costello's kitchen. That's a society you do not want to continue. You do not want a conflict-based society where people are willing to die and film it. Like, well, you know what? If the grizzly bear eats me, at least my family will make some money on the video. That's a bad thing to vote for. Hey! Utah, is that where it was? Utah, roar. Okay, lots of laughter, just a kitty. Yeah, it's just a kitty shindig. That's so cool. It is cool because he lived. If he didn't live, I wouldn't be laughing. No, that's a lie, shindig. We were just talking about line a minute ago. Yeah, if he didn't make it, I'd still be laughing. I just wouldn't do it on the live stream. I'd keep it to myself. I'd be like, what the hell is wrong with people? Did you see him yelling at the kitty? But if it were me, I want people to laugh too. In my last moments, I want people to laugh at my funeral. I don't know about y'all. When I die, when that grizzly bear come to eat me, them Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, sitting that drone strike, I want people to enjoy it. I'm gonna make some jokes. Tsunami come, like I said, I'm gonna crawl up on top of my house, butt naked, live streaming. Like, we all about to die. Remember our hashtag, we all gonna die. Here comes the wave. Y'all see it? Here come. Ah, I'm a pose. Like you, I don't know why that's funny. I don't know why the end of the world is funny to me. Still it is. Don't y'all love nature? Yes, Pat, I do. You're supposed to be reclaimed and recycled. We're supposed to reclaim, recycle, reuse, and give your minerals back locally. Buy local, sell local, die local, and let the bushes regrow. Make some apples out of you. Yeah, it is. All those rocks. I know Kentucky Fried Mama. That's crazy. The rock might make it matter. No, shindig. That's not what rocks do. No, that's why you get a big rock. Trust me, y'all not gonna like it, y'all, because y'all animal lovers. So I'm not gonna say what we used to do as children. And y'all used to let the wolves run free in the neighborhood. No, as children, you had some choices to make. See, I lived in a privileged community, but I went to this place called Friendly High School, but not friendly high school. You cannot go to school with a cash. They're gonna rob you. No, I was not gonna let no German Shepherd bite me in my butt, rip up my leg, beagles and all kind of things running loose in the neighborhood, Labradors, Labradoodles, and stuff. They didn't have no Labradoodles back then. Everything back then was purebred. I had Akitas and a Siberian Husky. No, you get bit, ripped up, torn, got to go to school limping. That just makes you a target. I went to school with kids from Southeast DC back when, what's his name? Jim Crow Joe. Back when Jim Crow Joe wrote the crime bill. So everybody was in survival mode. They had no choices, had to deal crack cocaine. They needed help, needed some love from the government, needed some resources, jobs, housing, something just to help up. Give me a fishing rod. Don't give me a fish. I don't want your welfare. I just need some help. And Jim Crow Joe, he wrote the crime bill. And he was just begging to pass that crime bill. He couldn't wait to put all them little brown kids in prison. You're not gonna like it. I told you, if you knew, you're not gonna like me. I like to say truthful things. And he got that new Jim Crow Get to Going. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to read Michelle Alexander's book called The New Jim Crow. There's a reason why they are not interviewing her on the news right now. And they will not interview her. Because she said this is the new Jim Crow. These are just black codes. And so I went to school with those kids. Washington, D.C. They were the reason. Rayful Edmond, crack cocaine brought here by the CIA. This is another Democrat, Clinton. He flew them drugs into Mena, Arkansas, created a problem. Problem, reaction, solution. Write the crime bill, get the Patriot Act. So, because I went to school with the crime bill kids. No way in hell I was going to school with no dog ripped my leg up. No, in a cast or nothing. No, them kids was hungry. Them kids would have ate me. I'd have been him, like in the Cougar video, going to school. Used to go in my school. They play that music when you used to go in that school. What was that? Dangerous Minds? What's the name of that? The movie where young white lady went to the black school to save the black children. Was it Coolio? He wrote that song. That's what it was like. He was like, "Welcome to the jungle. We got fun again." No, I had to be thug life in school. I had it weird though. I had it weird because I go to the crime. I'd be with the crime bill kids in gym and art, the electives. Every now and then, if I couldn't get in a good science and math class with the rest of the privileged kids, I had to go to class with the ghetto kids. And boy, I tell you what, love them to death, but there's some rough kids. Everything you had to walk around with a scowl on your face, which is probably a good idea to not let Jim Crow Joe in office. Probably not a good idea. But that's just me. I really don't care what y'all do, dude. I don't really care. I do, but I don't. And I do and I don't. Did y'all see that video? The Black Lives Matter dude got schooled by black dude. Did y'all see that? That was pretty interesting. I thought it was, because he hit him right in the jaw. Right in the jaw. I'm telling my friends this all the time. Align yourself with people who are not faking fronts and frauds for political parties that wrote crime bills. Do not do that. He told him, he read down the list. They're like, we're here because somebody died. And somebody died. I wasn't even watching it because I don't watch the news. Somebody died because somebody dying every damn day in this world. Lots of people because the United States Incorporated. Some of them in the nation, most of them outside the nation. So I am not bigoted enough and partial enough to only focus on the people in the nation outside of the nation. So I don't focus on nobody, which is bad. I don't focus on any of them. I just, like United States Incorporated kill people. Yeah, I know. Okay, I know. They shot somebody in a wheelchair. Yep, they've been doing that a long time. They shot a baby in the street trying to get a pacifier. Yep, they do that, and they drop buildings on them too. This is not new to me. They use tanks to run them over too. You should probably not vote for this thing. You should probably not consent to this thing anymore. So none of that is new to me. But apparently they were out there, somebody got shot, I'm guessing, and the two brothers was heading it off. And he hit him with some facts. And he said, you out here for this one dude, but what about last week? What about Chicago? What about, then he went down the list. He's about, what about Tyrone? Whatever. What about da-da-da? What about da-da-da? And he just listed all the people. Where were you at? I was there. Where were you at? And I'm going to show it to you. Hold on. Goodness gracious. It was good. It was entertaining. But hopefully it would be informative, because the young brothers he was educating, I'm hoping they were just ignorant, right? Because we have a whole lot of ignorance that's prolific right now. You can educate people through this. Let me show this to you.
I can loot all the fuck I want to.
We stay looting.
I built this. What gives me the right to steal is because this land was stolen. That's what gives me the right to steal. I steal all the fuck I want to on stolen land. Fuck all y'all. Fuck America.
Nice excuse.
Remember, like I said, I make excuses for young people. Young people are ignorant and they can grow up and learn. It's the old people that I got issues with.
Fuck you, you leave. It's not your fucking country, you came from Europe. All your fucking ancestors came from Europe.
Is it your country? Yeah, is it your country then? Is it your country? So who should we give it to? So what should we do, just burn it all down? So how about all the old poor black women and dying right now? How's it built? How's it built? So what do we do? What do we do?
We are children of Kush.
So where are we going? No, so where do we go? You get out of here. I know history. Where we go? Yeah? Yeah? Where? I'm not a nigga, so I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not a nigga, so I don't want to hear it. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I'm never going to be called one. I'm African. I'm African. I can see. I know my heritage. You don't know what the hell I'm from. You don't know shit I'm from.
You go to Africa with that shirt on?
Yeah, I did 2 years ago. Shoot a movie. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. You don't know shit about my background. You know, I actually come from a king. Tell me, I come from a king. You don't have to hear me. Go read it. Go read it. Yeah, chicken butt. I've been there. You go there. I've been there. I've been there. My family's there. What are you talking about? My family's there, homie. I'm talking to you too. I'm talking to you too. You don't know you don't know who I am. Okay, I'm from the continent that we try to get closer. So I'm from the continent. No, that's your facts. No, that's your facts. That's your facts. No, that's your facts. And where do you get it from? Tell me the book you get it from.
It is from the book of.
From what?
If you go over there and talk to the elders, they will tell you.
That's not. It's called from a book called If You Go Over There, They Will Tell You. Ask me. I'm asking you. What's the? Give me the information.
Somebody who has more
What's up, brother?
than me.
Give me. Then what's the information? Why do you trust that? 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 But you can't give me anything. Hey, we are. Thank you.
I got people on that continent, like you say.
Yes, I do too. I didn't visit. I'm from there, homie. My family's from there, brother.
Got your fucking roots.
I know. Oh yeah, you don't matter. But you're saying it, so it's true. It's out of your mouth, who's never been on Africa at all, but it's true. It's your mouth.
Fuck the name Africa.
You know them. Oh, you know them. Okay, I can call it my aunt, my cousin, my mom. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Oh, then it doesn't matter. So unless there's people, that's the only thing that matters. That's the only truth. What are we talking about? What are we trying to do here? What are we trying to do? What's up there? Okay, so do you care about all the kids? Yeah, okay, so...
We don't hate you. We don't hate you.
What are you talking... Yeah, we hate racists too.
We love you.
We hate racists too. We hate racists too. We hate racists too.
We hate racists too, brother.
And after what happened last week... My bad. Wait.
Support this country.
You got a good shot.
Wait. 38.
Support somebody who's steady calling a virus China virus.
It is from China. Do you support Joe Biden?
Wait, is that what you're worried about?
No, his worst is true.
No, is that what you're worried about?
There we go.
Joe Biden.
Okay. But is that what you're worried? I know.
Spanish flu. Is that
No, but you're no wait. You said you're worried about wait. You're worried about wait. Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. You're worried about the guy that died last week. Where was all this when those 38 kids were killed in Chicago in July with the defund the police bullshit?
People die all the time.
No, people die all the time. You guys won't come out. You won't come out when babies die. But when a criminal gets shot, now that's when you're going to come out? 38 babies in July in Chicago. 38, yes. Where are you at? I can show you faces. Yes, and I'm talking about it. What about who's killing those black babies? Who's killing those black? 10-month-old shot. 10-month-old shot around the corner of my Trump. Trump shot in south side of Chicago. This shit started in 2010.
It's on the news. He got kids. The Pope, all that shit. It's all
in 2010, Rahm Emanuel shut down 50 schools in the south side of Chicago. The following year, it was more murders in the south side of Chicago than New York and LA combined. So what do you mean am I talking about kids? That matters to me. Why does that matter to you?
All of it matters.
Yeah, so why are we burning shit down for one guy, but 38?
I have to go higher.
Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet.
I've seen nothing yet. Why are you threatening this stuff?
No.
What's the point for what? Do you want to live in garbage? Do you want to live in garbage? Yeah, why would you do that?
One more. They got one more time to kill.
Let me see. Okay, wait.
I'm gonna do it early.
Okay,
I'm gonna do it early.
All right, what about? Do you know George
I'm
Parker?
gonna do it early.
Do you know George Parker? Do you know George Parker? George Parker. Yeah. George Parker. Here, guys, here's some news. George Parker, he was killed. No one knows about him. Let me see here. Leslie King. No one knows. All this Chicago. Wait a minute. Where's LeBron? Ronell Durr. He was 21. Wait a second.
I'm close.
No one's talking about him, right? David Strutt. What? How come we're not talking about him? He's 30 years old. How are we talking about Aaron Moore, huh? That was the Chicago. All July. What we got? Oh my God, it's a 17-year-old Anderson. Let me see what else. Oh, we got a 16-year-old. I can't say his first name, but he's the last name Anderson. 16 years old. No, where were you guys? Oh, nowhere. 19-year-old Ambrose. That's me. Look at Ambrose. 17. 15 years old Ambrose. Nothing. All July. What we else we got? 18-year-olds Antonio. Nothing. We didn't see you guys there. Anything. Wait a minute. Who else? Oh wait. We got Alvarado. 16. See, all July. 16-year-old. Wait a minute.
We do.
Oh, we got Tanika.
We show it.
Years old. All July. Hold on. Wait. Oh, we got Vaughn. 20. Vaughn's 20. Now, all July. Wait, who else do we got? We got Robert. 19. He's 19 years old. All July. Who else we got? We got Lauren. Right here, 14-year-old boy. Oh, wait. We got Damon. Damon looking good. So where are we? Because I'm waiting for you guys. Because I'm down to fight the power too, but if y'all ain't getting out for these people either, where are we? This shit is fake. It's selective. This shit is fake and you're being used. Oh, another 18-year-old. Another 18-year-old dead. Another 19-year-old black male, black boy, dead. Before he's 21, 11-year-old black boy, dead. Where's LeBron? Where's all the shit? NBA ain't shutting down for none of this shit. I'm done.
There you have it. That's it. Well said, I would have to say. BLM walked away after that, so I love that guy. So there you have it. That was facts, and it was well said.
Some people just aren't lucky.
Okay, very fast.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Alright, so my ex-boyfriend is engaged. He got engaged. And I'm like, that's like a little far just to make me jealous, right? I mean, you win, okay, like whatever.
You know that whole like painting trend where you paint on your body and then put it on canvas and it looks really cute? Well, I tried to do that and guess the what? Here's my ass. I look like a Thanksgiving turkey for...
Welcome back to the Keiser Report. I'm Max Keiser. Time now to turn to Pierre Rochard, who is not only famous in Bitcoin space, but an all-around great content provider and nice guy. Pierre, welcome to the Keiser Report.
Thanks for having me, Max. Happy to be here.
So big news in Bitcoin. Max and Stacy, Telegram group, and you're invited to join. Just go to t.me/orange pill. And you're in. That's all. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, si, senor.
Well, that's fantastic. I guess I got it right. Stacy, what are you up to?
I have to say, when you say that, Keiser Report, Telegram group, we get inundated with people, especially from Cuba and Venezuela. Lots of audience members there. The 25th Amendment of the United States is in the news this past week. And because, Nancy Pelosi is saying we should have a running commission to determine whether or not any of our leaders are fit to lead. And I thought, you know what? That would be really cool if we have a 25th Amendment for our financial system and the heads of the central bank. Years of low interest rates made the current economic crisis worse, says Fed's Rosengren. Boston Fed President Eric Rosengren said years of low interest rates that encouraged risk-taking are making the current economic downturn worse. He specifically cited low rates persisting for an extended period, even after the economy had made progress in the recovery. That can create problems.
Yeah, well, this is obvious. As I've been saying, you can't have capitalism without capital, right? And you can't have capital without giving people an interest rate to incentivize them to save. And the reason you do that is that if there's a downturn like a COVID, then there's plenty of seed stock. There's plenty of capital in your capitalist system to smooth it out. But if you debase the currency and your interest rates are zero and there's no incentive to save, therefore there's no capital, then you don't have capitalism anymore. You have a kleptocracy run by central banks, and the worse it gets, the more they pay themselves. And of course, low interest rates made the crisis worse because low interest rates drained the economy of vital capital. And without it, you will, at the first encounter with a pandemic like COVID, you will have an existential threat. And maybe or maybe not, the U.S. survives. It's an open question.
Whether or not the monetary system survives is what is being called into question. And here they are doing the equivalent of oops, my bad, even though Keiser Report has been warning about this for years. They could have listened to us and said they have a slew of overpaid economists in ivory towers that tell them whatever they want to hear. And perhaps that's the problem. Perhaps the setup, perhaps because there is no 25th Amendment where the people can take out these, economists and heads of the various feds across America who keep on getting it wrong. He's like, oops, my bad. Clearly a deadly pandemic was bound to badly impact the economy. However, I am sorry to say that the slow buildup of risk and the low interest rate environment that preceded the current recession likely will make the economic recovery from the pandemic more difficult. It is making it more difficult, but then another Fed economist is telling you how difficult it's going to be. It's going to be difficult for everybody because what's their answer? Always money printer go boom. Top Fed economist says another $3.5 trillion in QE is needed. Senior Fed economist and deputy director of the bank's financial stability division, Michael Kiley, and according to a paper published by Kiley, the Fed will need to monetize deficit, purchase bonds equal to 30% of GDP or $6.5 trillion in order to offset the impact of the zero lower bound. And since the Fed has already purchased a record $3 trillion in bonds since March, that implies another $3.5 trillion in QE is needed.
Well, Halloween is coming up. So let me give you an analogy and an example using Halloween. You know, when you're a kid and you're out there trick-or-treating, you've got a bag and you're putting free candy into the bag. And you're like, this is great. I'm getting free candy. Well, after about a half hour, 45 minutes, you get bored with getting free candy. You want to move on to hanging out with your friends and enjoying that free candy. And the period of collecting the free candy gets somewhat boring. You're not incentivized to get any more free candy. You want to actually eat the candy or do something with the candy. So here in America, they've always taken the position that we just give away free money, and that will never stop anyone from being incentivized for more handouts or more free money. But history tells us that at some point, the entrepreneur class says, you know what, if you're just going to give people money, it's not fun. We're not competitive. We're here to compete. If you give away all the free money, we're going to, like under Obama. Obama was very uninspiring, and entrepreneurs were not doing much during the Obama administration. They were kind of sitting on the sidelines waiting for something else to come along. And that's the problem. You need to have an incentive to compete, to save, to be capitalistic. If you give away the free candy and the free money, then the entrepreneurs sit by and they move somewhere else, or they just sit home and play tiddlywinks. It's just not fun.
Competition usually drives entrepreneurship and innovation, and we have seen that for sure. We personally have seen it here on Keiser Report when we do our interviews. Because of the existence of Zoom, and because Zoom started to eat Microsoft Skype's market share, we've seen that Skype, when they bought it from the Dutch company, a decade ago, they did nothing with it. Like the technology was horrible. It started to degrade once they bought it. Well, then Zoom came along, and what happened? Well, they had to up their game, and Skype has been coming out with all sorts of innovation. The same across the board, TikTok, all these Chinese companies want our lunch. They see that the United States is vulnerable because of all the oops from the central banks. Because we did not have a 25th Amendment to take out the insanity, to take out the insane policies, to take out the QE, to take out the money printer, to take out the...
Well, clearly the 25th Amendment would apply.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. This is my idea. You know, I come up with ideas. I'm an ideas person.
Yeah, really good. And clearly the current chairman, like previous chair, Pete.
But I'm going to have to object a little bit. Couple things here. Yes, I'm at slavery. That's what I do. Sometimes you have to find a good place to fit things in, and this is the best place I can fit it in for East and West Coast and people who join. So it just means that I have to do a little bit of hustle. A couple things, and we'll go back to the comments. 25th Amendment. It's unsustainable to make it about banking. I don't mind going back and checking the bankers, but don't we have a little more important things to do? Like if we have a 25th Amendment, shouldn't it just be not a means of getting rid of presidents that you think are, or, did I say that? I said it. Right, so this is about Trump. That's all it is. They're trying to say Trump is mentally ill. So I would agree with Nancy Pelosi's take on the 25th Amendment only if it were based on science. Not science. Not the people that the Rothschilds and Rockefellers don't like, not the people trying to take power from them because they want their own power, but based in those 27 warrior genes being activated. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. The 25th Amendment can be about getting rid of psychopathic people in politics based on neuroscience studies. Take the MRI device, look at the different sections of the brain, and if that section for empathy, love, compassion, if those sections of the brain aren't firing up on the MRI, get rid of them. I actually said that. Didn't we? We said that, go back, that might be, 2-3 years ago. We said that. But I'm gonna warn you, I'll give you a little bit of a warning, because if we do that, that actually means that you're not gonna have a government. It means that the rotations in government gonna be faster than Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or Burger King all rolled up in one. Why? Because when you want to rule people, something ain't right. The lights ain't on. If you go look at how they study the brain and how portions of the brain light up or don't light up based in the genes that are flipped. Somebody did a study once and they said most people at the top of everything are psychopaths. You're going to lose a whole lot of people, your CEOs, your doctors, your nurses, pretty much all the politicians, and we're just going to keep flipping them out. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. But it could be more interesting where, well, I think we have to increase the qualifications. Like, it has to be something having to do with breaking the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, abusing people, coming up with laws that actually don't work, don't do what they're supposed to do. You know, it should be based in job performance, right? You said that you're going to do this for the people. They elect you. You didn't do it. They got to throw you out. I don't know. Could work. I don't know. I'm not really a government person, so I don't really believe in. I really don't believe in people telling me what to do. It makes me a little aggressified. Merc Retro Prep. What is that? Didn't they make a talking mannequin based in this dude? Yeah, I think they did. I think he didn't used to be a comedian, Max Keiser, but he's a financial guy. I like what he has to say. He's always got something deep to add to the conversation. All right, let's bring back the First Amendment and our rights to a free press and the right to be safe. Well, be true, we do need a reboot. We do. If we're going to keep government has to work for the people. I mean, that's always been my long-standing stance. If we're going to have a government, we're going to continue on this psychopathic slave master thing, then the government obviously has to work for the people. There has to be a button where you can just press a button and turn it off. Yeah, I think I even said that in the video once. That was one of my solutions too. Take the body cameras off the police. You put them on the politicians. You get to watch everything they do, watch everything they say, where they go. They're on the job. They're working for you. They're like the fry guy. You see what they're doing, when they're doing. You see when they clock in, when they clock out. You see who they're emailing, when they're emailing, because you're working on company equipment. There are no secrecy, no secret email servers. There's none of that. You actually work for the people. So I'm good with that if you can get politicians that actually work for the people. But I don't think that'll ever happen in a capital-based ism, whether that's communism, capitalism, socialism. None of them work. We've proven that empirically. We need to move on to a different type of system. Yeah, shindig science. I love science. I love real science. I don't love the Bill Nye stuff. Science. I don't love the TV science. The science that you can fight nature and win. No, nature been here a minute longer than us. Nature always gonna kill us. It should be a balance between challenge and security. What do you mean, Christine? I'm not sure. That kind of sounds like the Obama quote where he said we need to strike a balance between security and freedom. And I completely disagree. You might be saying something completely different. I don't think there's any balance between security and freedom that a government, a king, a lord, colonized should ever find. I think that your freedom and your security is up to you. You determine what it is. So if we continue the government thing, I think everybody in everybody who the government works for, which is all the citizens, they should have a button to turn it off. That's the only thing they really messed up. Well, there are two things they messed up to me, in the Constitution. They messed up with who they thought was human. That was the obvious, and the ability to exercise a 10th Amendment style reset the government. Because the government's always going to get off on the wrong route, right? Like, it's this idea based in power, which is why I don't like power. It's this idea based in something has authority and power over adults who should have their own authority and their own power over themselves, and it can do anything it wants to. Not initially. Initially, they say, oh, we're here for you, and we're going to look for you, and take care of you, and love you, and protect grandma. And what they do down the future is, as it's based in power, how a corporation is based in money, its remit means that it's going to gain more and more and more power. And the only place it gets that power is from you, from the citizen. So it takes more and more and more. So you need an easy reset button. You need an easy way to be able to turn it off. Like, I don't believe in authority. I don't believe in power at all. I just speak from that manner because not everybody is there. And some folks, I think they like to see a path to not a utopia, but a path to get somewhere. To me, I just say shut it all off. This is the slowest end of the world I've ever seen. I half the time, I just hope that y'all get, what's his name, Jim Crow Joe? Half the time, I just hope y'all get in there so the rest of people can see what's going to happen. That might end up being a civil war. That might end up being an almost immediate collapse when you realize who that man actually is. And it would be better to probably end it quickly reset things and put things right for the next generation. I think that's our job. So half the time, you know, because I think you're not going to know who he is till he's in there. And then you're going to know who he is. If you haven't read the crime bill, I suggest you read it. It's just where we are. We don't have many pretty places to go. But certainly back to having a republic. What's that? What if people are paid off to fudge the science, DNA, to say get rid of the president they don't like? It's a slippery slope. Oh, that's true, Joanne. That's Joanne, you're not lying about that. You know that's what they're going to do. That's what they're doing now. That's what they're doing now. Because they're looking at Trump, they're like, he's mentally ill. And I'm like, you know, all of y'all are mentally ill. I don't know, but you're all dropping bombs on children. All of you are like invading nations and blowing up things that people never did nothing to you. You all got problems. So, but yeah, they'll fake it. They probably will. Which is another piece of that. Who's that? Joanne? Because it has to be an open source world. We always end up in a dark place because we allow darkness with authority. They can't have anything dark. There are no secrets. There's zero secrets. People have to run it. Adults and human beings have to be the sovereigns. Every child born on the planet has more power than the government over their own lives than governments. That's the only way I agree with it. Science is most certainly paid off. Science is not only paid off, be true, we don't even know what's real science. It's kept from us. It's kept secret. That Invention Secrecy Act, I always go back to. We don't know what's true. It's like the saying, or it's the title. Living like you don't know. Live 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 like all science is kept from you. Live like energy and that technology is kept from you. Live like your government's always lying to you. Live like your neighbor's lying to you and 7 billion other people lying to you. Live like you don't know, which means you can't abuse anyone, because then that's ignorance. If everybody accepts the fact that they're ignorant to something, somewhere, somehow, then there won't be anything called a shutdown. You won't be shutting anything down because you'll just be living humbly. We have to go back to being a humble people. We simply don't know. No, you can't tell people to wear masks. You don't know. You don't know them. You don't know what's going on in their immune system. You don't know what they need. No, you can't lock down because you don't know if it's going to help. And now the CDC's admitting that. Ignorance. But people rally behind ignorance because the ignorant speak very, very well. They speak like they actually know what is true. And we know that they're not speaking what is true. And we know that they don't know what's true. So we need to live like we just simply don't know. Ooh, I could do that as an example. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to see is the CDC thing still here? They got rid of it. Cat. That's probably what I got to call it. That was on Ron Paul. Oh yeah, Ron Paul had a good one yesterday. He had a good one. That was on Ron Paul yesterday. But they flip-flopped. They went back, said, oh no, we were just kidding. You know, the lockdowns don't really work. But people are scared. And when people get scared, you'll get anything. Here it goes. You'll get anything from them. I can make it big. I can make it big. I don't know either. Melissa, that's a beautiful thing. Someone who is a grown adult who can use those words. The 3 words that very few adults in politics will ever use. They have to convince the people that are giving them power that they know. So they never apologize and they never say words that I don't know. Here you go, right here. Who? See, it wasn't the cat. It was the who. It flipped back. Who flip-flops urges world leaders to stop using lockdowns to fight cuckoo virus contagion. We in the World Health Organization do not advocate lockdowns as a primary means of control for this virus. David Nabarro told the Spectre in an interview aired on October the 8th. Yeah, you know what? Y'all probably should have said that before you destroyed the world's economy, requiring most people cheer going into a global new digital fiat currency. You probably should have said that a minute ago, but they're saying it now. All right. Ron Paul did great indeed. He's always doing great, Christine. He's seen behind the curtains, and now he's out here telling people about what's behind the curtains. That's a fantastic thing. You know, the only politicians I enjoy are the ones at the bottom who are honest about what's at the top, and the ones who leave. There are a few. And now he's completely out. Seems like he's being a lot more honest about what's going on. I meant entrepreneurship needs to be a bit challenged, but not that they could dominate the whole market. Oh, okay, Christine. I think I see what you're trying to do. Yeah, I'm not against like entrepreneurship and business. Obviously, I love those things, and I think competition is a good thing. But I think we, the human race, need to be in competition with what's in competition with us instead of artificial competitions, right? You know, asteroids want to kill us, tsunamis want to kill us, pole shifts want to kill us, climates are always changing, want to kill us, supervolcanoes, all these things want to kill us, bacteria, funguses, some of them. We have enough things competing with us. We don't actually need to compete against each other. If anything, we should be competing with making life better for the human race. That's kind of what I mean. So I'm not against competition. I'm against artificial competition. I'm against artificial competition and all the ism society that require you die if you don't have capital, if you're not winning in that competition. So I like competition. Competition created nature. So all this stuff works together. But it shouldn't. It should be based in modern technology, right? Not ancient, old fossil fuels and letting, you know, children become warriors and making people run out there by Rebecca Costello's house and film the cats trying to eat them to get a viral video to make money. When people are willing to die to make money, then you know you got a problem with money. So I'm not against competition at all. It was very democratic. It was a very democratic university. All right, there go Rebecca laughing. That's probably Rebecca. She's laughing right there. She's like, "Yeah, I should have tied him up. That damn kitty." You know what? I just, you know, I was in the kitchen. I was cooking. I was making something, and I just forgot to put her on her leash. All right. Anybody cooking, gardening, baking, arting, fixing, adapting, and trying it a different way. Trying it a different way as scientists. Canning, pickling, fishing, farming, on and on doing. These are all important things to do, be true. These are all the actual work. Those things are actually good things for human beings to do. Things that take care of them, their families, and their communities, that's important work. Being a banker is not. Being an accountant is not. Being a doctor in Rockefeller medicine is a bad idea. Being a nurse in Rockefeller medicine is a bad idea. These are things that we have to do because we're forced to do them, but we need to go back to doing things that are meaningful, the things that you listed. And it doesn't mean that you can't be. I mean, if you want to be a doctor in Rockefeller medicine, that's up to you, but you can't abuse people with your position. You can't abuse and force animal tissue and infant tissue and mercury and thimerosal and those things into people's veins. We need a free society. So if people want to do that, they should be allowed to do that. That's modern technology, be true. It's freeing the human race to go do the things that they love to do. Like if you're heterosexual male, you will be booked as a target. I was a public health major. Okay. It was a very different women. It was a very democratic university. I don't understand where we're going with that one, Shindig. Like if you're a heterosexual male, you will be looked at as a target. I'm a heterosexual male. I'm looked at as a target a lot. I'm a whole lot of things that make people look at me as a target. Observing change. Yes. Changing with modern technology, be true. Moving forward on modern technology, not ancient stuff. They messed up when they gave themselves the authority to make a constitution. Ooh, see, Beaufort, that's the problem, is you keep going to principles and people not ready for principles yet. See, Beaufort is a true anarchist. That man, he is a true flat earther, not earth, but flat person earth, like equality earth, flat equality earther, and just across the board, right? The idea that they thought that they could make a government, give it a constitution, and it would ever stick to that. That's like taking a grizzly bear and putting a muzzle on it. It's still got claws and feet, still gonna get you. And eventually it's gonna rip the mask off. I am in that anarchy group. I don't speak as direct as Beaufont. I try as best that I can to bring other people into the fold and convince them that free will is a good idea. That free will for human beings was the original model and the design for creation. And people need to be free. You know, because you're scared, you can't abuse people. You know, we just have to admit we just don't know. I think that's why whatever geneticist, God, whatever that thing is, it gave us free will. Human beings become beautiful creatures with free will underneath governments, controls, laws, legislation, 13 families. They become criminals because everybody's fighting to survive. Observing change, limiting with labels is lame. It is, but that's how they stay in power, be true, right? They give everybody a label. They attach a label to you like you're a cow, and it's like putting a tag in your ear. And if they can label people, that means that they can give you pride in those labels, and they can put you in conflict with other people. They did that all over Africa for the longest time. They gave people race cards. They give you a race card, and after a generation, you find pride in that race. After that, you find pride in that race. The other side finds pride in this race. And that's how you divide up people and conquer them. They've been playing divide and conquer on us, be true, since the beginning of time. And people can't seem to figure it out. If you're in a group, you're holding up the system. You're supporting the Caesar. You're doing what they want to. That's why I can't do politics. I'm not in anybody's political party. I'm nobody's monkey. Because the minute I have pride in that, the minute I convince myself that my champion is the right champion, it means that someone else, the other side, needs to have pride in their champion being the right champion, or my race being the one true race, or my Bible being the one true Bible, or my religion or my God being the one true God. And it's all war. The minute you accept a label other than the fact that you were just be true, it's 7 billion different monkey, hybrid, genetic thing, hominid thing, whatever we are on this planet. When it's 7 billion, then we're all gonna have what Beaufont is talking about. We'll all have free will and be equal. But as long as you're in groups, it's just never, oh Lord have mercy, Coco, what are you talking about? Alteration and alteration. I can barely see that. No, alliteration? I can hardly see. Alliteration, I am on a roll and making cinnamon rolls yum. Ooh, goodness, and that's making me hungry. You know what be true? I got my zucchini. Where's my zucchini? Oh, you know what? I got it sitting in the other room. I got my zucchini. I made zucchini pineapple bread again last time. Oh, that's so delicious. With coconut flour. None of that wheat. None of that Franken wheat stuff that gives you wheat belly. None of that gluten. All right. Let me see. I don't know. There's lots of smart folks that think destroying the economy is the best thing to be done. Well, Rebecca Costello, don't get me started on that one. You might not like what I'm gonna say, darling. The economy is a bloodletting unsociety. You know, like the kid in the earlier video, the Black Lives Matter people. Yeah, we destroy everything. Yes, we built the country. We destroyed the country. Okay, I get the whole, and my brother hit me with that too. He said, yeah, well, we built this country. I said, you built the country? Did you? I said, I've known you my whole life. You use pinks and cotton, man. You making some railroads. You do you know how to lay a brick? Do you know how to make some pavement? No, you don't. I know you. Okay, yeah, I know you. You're a technician and an engineer, electrical technician. Stop it. You did not make this country. All right, a whole lot of people who died before you made this country. So no, I think Rebecca Costello, I agree with everybody on all sides of everything, because everybody's kind of right about something. Our economy is based in blood, right? Our economy is based in bloodletting. Our economy is based in murder and theft and looting. Like, those kids were right about that. Those Black Lives Matter kids, he's right about that. He's wrong about everything else. He's wrong about everything else. And the guy told him too. But it's like the whole point. Why do you want to burn things down when people need those things to survive? That's the problem. The problem is, but they're kids, you know, Rebecca, and I got in trouble for that the other day. I excuse children. I don't excuse adults. I excuse children. Children can be taught. They don't have that frontal lobe We have to accept the fact that our economy is based in human trafficking. Right? It's based in slavery. It's based in forced labor. It's based in control, and it's gotta go. It's gotta go. You know, but somehow we have to educate the kids that that's not the way to make it go. Right? We've been burning down society since the beginning of time, have we not? How is that working out? How's that working out? We right here. This is how that works out. Right here. We have to learn to say, you know what? This economy sucks. It's a bad idea. It's been contrived and it's crony. It's dirty. It's based in theft and colonization, and it has to go away. So let's sit down like adults, like mature people, and have a discussion about what we can do to pull the bloody stuff out of our economy. Or just get rid of it. Or just get rid of it. I'm gonna get rid of it. I am a get rid of it That I am one of those. But I'm not a burn it down right? The cities are needed. People built those businesses up, and I get that they have things that you don't have, and that sucks. Life does suck. And I'm gonna let you know, if you're a young person, life gonna suck a lot more if we don't fix this. Right? When people want to talk, that's not a time to burn. Is that, Melissa? When people want to talk, that's not a time to spit. That's a time to stop and say, does this person know something I don't know? Like the older brother who educated those younger brothers right there in that video. I guess they called him a patriot, whatever. He tried to educate him. He said, yeah, we got to go back to Africa, something. Africa. He was like, yeah, I'm from Africa. He's like, my grandmother's over there right now, my mom is there, and my aunt is there. Let me tell you what I know. Young people, but they're made emotional too, right? So that's the other part of it, is the television and these political parties. They look at their parents as though their parents are God. It's like kids are born and they look at their parents as God. Like you know everything, right? Mom and dad are always right for the most part. Right around 16, 17, maybe 13, they figure out mom and dad is not always right. They don't actually know what they're talking about. They're trying to figure this dumb thing out like I am. They just got here before me, so they know more than I know, but they're not always right. But they watch you growing up, watching politics. They listen to you growing up, talking about how you're white and proud, and black and proud, and brown and proud, and yellow and proud, and American and proud, and Christian and proud, and Muslim and proud. And they take that all in. They're just little machines, right? And we imprint on them. And so when I see young brothers like that, I'm just, you know, I understand where they came from. I understand that they didn't make themselves. Ooh, here you go, here you go, here you go. I posted this the other day, and I don't know if it made any sense, because half my posts don't make no damn sense. Because I play with words, and it makes me think. And I'm thinking the right thing when I post it, but if I go back and read it 3-4 days later, it's like, what the hell was I saying? I had to think about it a little bit, like, oh, that's pretty deep. Somebody asked me, because I'm always getting in conversations, I love to talk to people. Are people good people? Are most people good people? I had to think about that. I've never had what I consider to be a good answer for that question. Like personally, I think most people are good people. Most people I meet are good people. Most teachers I meet, most doctors I meet, most police officers I meet, most people I meet are good people. But I think now all people are good people. Let me tell you this. I'll tell you this. What is a person? A person is a made thing. It comes from a baby. So I ask it this way. Are all babies good babies? Somebody may not want to answer that question. Some of y'all got them colicky ones. I had a colicky one, but he was still a good baby. Are most babies good babies? All babies are good babies, aren't they? All babies are good babies. All babies got that little, got the snot bubbles and stuff, the doo-doo smell like, sugar and everything till you start feeding them meat. All babies are good babies, so all people are good people. All people are made by the society, the indoctrination. That makes them into what we don't like. But by default, all people are babies. All people are good people. All people are full of love. All people are full of adventure. All people are full of those big wide eyes that want to take the world in. All people are good people. It's the environment that gets them to do things that we don't like. So to answer the question, which I posted the other day, all people are good people, because all people started as babies. It's a society that broke them. You want to fix people, you got to fix a society. You can't fix people by yelling at them in the street, by burning down businesses and cities, or by yelling back at them. Fighting in the street doesn't fix people. That makes people hate you more. So all people, to me, are good people. I think all people are based in love. The only thing we got to fix is our environments and our society. Cooperation, stand aside. Competition is where it is. Cooperation, stand aside. Competition, absolutely. Competition in moving forward, not competing with each other to push each other down in an economic model, right? So competition, not in a debt-based banking capital system, because that's about pushing somebody lower in poverty as you lift yourself up, right? So that's like negative, to me, that's like negative, dark energy, vibrational stuff, because of what my guru said, which was society based in taking pride in having things others don't is a mentally ill society, right? If you take pride in having things somebody doesn't, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. Oh, I got this car, I got this house, I got what? Ooh, Rebecca Costello, I just heard you saw you hit like. I love what you're doing, by the way. I got that land down there, working down there in Florida. Taking pride in having cars, houses, boats, shoes, socks, food, and posting it on Instagram and everywhere all over. Taking pride in having things that others done. That's like the kid, it's a mental illness. We didn't construct a society. We've constructed, or they constructed, an insane asylum. An insane asylum. And the inmates, the insane run the asylum, which is why they made it this way, right? We should take pride in what we share with people. We should take pride in watching more people having more and more and more. And competition can get us there, right? Like, if I understand what you're saying right the right way, Rebecca, is we can compete against the things that are competing against our species and our planet, our survival, the things that try to hold us back with debt, the things that try to drag us down like an anchor from a boat, the things that try to keep us on old technology, the things that try to keep us in fossil fuels, and we know we have so much more. It's good to compete against the things that are your true enemy, the things that already isolated you as an enemy at birth. But to take pride in what other people don't have, and especially they die from not having, that's not an economy. That's definitely a bloodletting cult. All right. Do y'all realize how many tons of, oh Lord, how many tons of, what? What's wrong with you? Panties are in Jesus. There ain't no panties in my inbox. I can tell you that, but ain't no pants nor no tea. Ain't none of them in there. I don't know what you talk. You make stuff up. No. There might be some pinacles. That's about it. Every now and then somebody think it's funny. G's an undercover pimp. G is not an undercover pimp. What the hell are y'all talking about? Good morning, Patty. Daniel? Just play. Oh, Daniel, good to hear your surgery went well. If I understood your post right, it's good to hear that. Good morning, John. Courtney, are you sick? Coco, what's going on with your sniffles? And I'm sorry if you do got the sniffles. Government don't care about your sniffles. They don't care about your life. They don't care about your incarceration. They don't care about your food, your water. They don't care about your rights, so they damn sure don't care about your sniffles. And you ain't even grandmama, so you need to take care of yourself, Coco. You need to make yourself some smoothies, get some deep green leafy greens, make yourself some soup, take care of yourself, because the government, they gonna let you die. They don't even care. It's weird to live in a time where most people think that the government cares about them and loves them. All right, good morning, John. Let me see. Beaufont Savant, Alone. What is that about? Good morning, Christine. Melissa, absolutely. Agree about children. Yeah, I think all children are good children, Melissa. And it's hard. It's. I try to look at children, Melissa, as an indicator, right? A litmus test. That's what I try to look at. Kids are, what is that saying? How does that saying go? You judge a society by those it treats the worst, or something like that. whole lot of smart people here. No, somebody knows exactly what I'm talking about. You judge a society by those by its least, right? That's how you judge a society. And if our society is judged by children, right? If children are the side effect of our success or our failures, then we can pretty much hold hands as adults around the world and say that we have failed. We have 100% failed. We have children who are willing to go fight with police in the streets. We have completely failed. If they're the indicator, they're the litmus test of our success, none of us succeeded. We are miserable failures, period. Accepting the truth means that we can make some changes. Now, saying that the Republicans did it, that's a problem. Saying the Democrats did it, that's a problem. Saying the problem's America, that's a problem. We around the world have not built a world where children see any damn hope. You know, so I don't try to make excuses. I think that I've noticed, Melissa, that children can kind of stop on a dime and turn around. Adults, not so much. Children mostly are more ignorant. They just don't know. They don't have that frontal lobe yet. They're not 26. Adults, they got that willful ignorant stuff where it's just, this is what I am. I don't give two damns. I got this house. I got this car. I got this career. I'm gonna get out here and fight white supremacy. I just look at them like, you got a house, a car, job. You know you supreme, right? And you want me to wear a face mask. You telling me that I need to wear a face mask to say grandma, but that's kind of supremacist. There's a system there somewhere, But this is why I just sit back for the most part and I just watch, because I see hypocrisy everywhere. It's like, oh yeah, so you're gonna fight white supremacy, but you're gonna put mass supremacy on me. You're gonna fight with the police who you think they're brutal, and you're gonna use Jim Crow Joe to do that, who made a whole life as a lawyer, writing laws, abusing people as a means of income. I just see hypocrisy everywhere, and I think all of us need to just take a big hubris pill and just chill. We all need to sit back and accept we don't know half the things we think we know. The world is too big to know. We don't even know what the hell that is. That's why he's back there. We don't even know what the hell is that. Does somebody know what the hell is that? Is that a jellyfish? Does jellyfish have 4 arms? I've never seen a jellyfish with 4 arms. We don't know. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is only bliss for you. The rest of us who can see that you on a damn cliff and we're tied to you in an economy, a world, and like dummy, ignorance is only bliss to you, because you're not gonna feel much. You're gonna feel the wind and the splat, but you're not even gonna feel it. We're the ones who can see that we're on a cliff and we just walk into another track. But we don't know. We don't know. The only thing, I don't even know for my life. I barely know enough to have authority in my life, right? The idea that a politician or a group of people got enough knowledge that they can tell me or somebody else how to live is insanity. You barely got, who's that? Beaufont barely got enough knowledge about Beaufont's life, to manage that. Melissa, same thing. Coco, same thing. We have to go back to being meek. Let the meek inherit the earth. But first, the ignorant have got to be taught a real rough lesson. I was so young and brainwashed. We all were, Melissa, all were. It's just some of us can admit that, and other of us have embraced that ignorance. I'm glad that you can admit that. That's a beautiful thing. So was I. I change all the time. I am nowhere near who I used to be, Melissa. And every few years, I keep changing. I don't get stuck nowhere, except for with that okra that he just posted, Beaufont, because he's crazy. Yeah, early onset okraphobia. That's right. That's why you should not eat okra. It'll make you poop, pee, snot come out your nose. It's a horrible, horrible, disgusting, nasty thing that should no God have never made, ever, ever, ever. It's a slug. I've not changed on that. I and Melissa both. I've not. It's not gonna change. It's not gonna change. Not gonna change at all. I like to go once a day, not 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day. No, I don't care if you bake it, fry it, stir it on a boat with a goat. It's a nasty, disgusting plant, and that is a true story. All right. Pride is the deadliest of the 7 sins, isn't it, Diane? Let me ask y'all a question. Is there anything we should have pride in? Is there anything? Is pride ever a good thing? It is the deadliest of the 7 sins. I think about that. I think I've been wishy-washy. I've gone back and forth. I think where I am right now, Diane, I don't think pride is a good thing. I don't think that we should have pride in anything. I think having pride in something is almost like, it's like an achievement where you're on a plateau and you don't go beyond that. Like, to have pride in something, does that mean that you kind of worship it and you're kind of putting a stamp of approval on it? I don't think we should ever approve anything. I don't think we should stamp anything. I don't think anything's done. I think life is science. Life is an experiment. You know, nothing is done. Everything is just as good as it probably can be for this moment in time. And maybe we call it good, but not have pride in it because we want to keep changing it, right? Like people about to get cured by this injection. It's like, no, it's not done yet. It's not done. We want to do, before anybody should get that thing, you better make sure it's the best thing that they can make at the time. And money and capitalism is not going to make it the best thing it can be at the time. So yeah, not having, I don't think pride is a good thing. Hashtag embrace Okra. Hashtag Diane McCarthy Free Hilly is blocked. No, not gonna happen. Hey, Jennifer Bodonna, good morning. Glad I could catch you this morning, brother G. I'm glad you can catch me too, Dan. You letting your baby drink the milk, or you still getting all that good booby juice? What is that? Ooh, Patty, good morning. Gluttony kills, oh so softly. Ooh, Patty. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Did you know that Chris Christie got the cuckoo virus and he beat it off like it wasn't nothing? And he got the cuckoo virus. And do you know who Chris Christie is? Anybody know who Chris Christie is? Anybody think Chris Christie is a healthy eating guy? I personally don't think he is. I don't think he is for various reasons. But if he beat the cuckoo virus, I think that should give everybody a ray of hope. I think people should stop being scared in their houses and understand that you can probably beat it too. But there's a lot of gluttony in there, Patty. Like, gluttony is just not about food. Gluttony is about money, cars, cupcakes, houses, rental houses, boats, ATM statements. You can have gluttony in a lot of ways, a whole lot of ways. I think we just think about the certain type, one type of gluttony. There's a whole lot. Because all it is greed, right? It's overabundant greed. Oh, Lord have mercy. Did you say that, Deborah? Y'all don't understand how Facebook works yet. They just waiting for a minute. That's all they need is a minute. They block the hell out you. Throw you in Facebook incarceration. You said words. That's a dirty word now. That F word. You can't use that. I tried to talk about that, Deborah. I got in trouble with one of our friends. I tried to tell her, look, I used to be chubby. You know, I used to be chubby, and because people called me that F word, I decided I don't want to be chubby no more. I didn't want to do it. Shoot. And I think being honest with each other is a good thing. Nobody should be the same size. Nobody should be the same size. There is no average weight, size, nothing for nothing. Everybody has a different bone structure and different requirements all throughout their life based on the season, where you're at, what you're eating. Everyone's got a different requirement. But when you go too far, then obviously it becomes more problematic for everything else. And we should be able to be honest with that. But, you know, we live in this weird world where people want to continue this political correctness. I think that's a mistake. I think some traumas start in the womb. Yes, they do, Amanda, and that's science. That's not science. That's real science, Amanda. Because babies, there was a study I looked at a long time ago where they actually change, and I assume they were talking about the genes in them based on the birth environment. So based on what the mother's eating, based on the stress, not just if she's smoking or drinking, but if the husband is being nice, or the baby daddy, or whoever, them, the family. If mom's stressed, the baby comes out stressed too. The baby come out ready to fight. It's disgusting. What's disgusting, be true? Let me see. We need pride in what we can create, not competition. Yes, Kentucky Fried Mama. I guess to a certain degree, be prideful in having pride that we're doing the right thing or going the right direction, maybe, but not using it as a definitive point of that we're done and now we are proud of this. Could certainly fit in. Could certainly fit in. Especially when you inherit in which is most of the wealth is not all these days. Oh, be true. Now you're going to say the truth, that most people didn't actually do it. Too bad they didn't compete. And who has the happiest employees? Ooh. They used to some of them. Beneficial benefactors as well. Yeah, that reminds me to be true of gross domestic happiness. Bhutan, I think that's Bhutan, the country that doesn't have gross domestic product but gross domestic happiness. Yeah, most people with wealth too. It's generational wealth. They were born into it. It's too hard. They've locked in that class stratification, right? They've pretty much locked that in. If you have the resources, you're gonna do pretty well. If you don't, you're not. Very few people go from the bottom and make it anywhere near the top. Some do, but that's why this game isn't fair. It's wrong. We shouldn't be playing this game. It is a game and we shouldn't be playing this game. It's a monopoly game that's been running a couple thousand years. And the people with no land, which is mostly everybody now, don't really have a chance. Everything's pretty well locked in. All about moderation. Yes, it is Daniel Duda. It's all about moderation. You don't want to go too far with anything. I'm going to give Ron Paul an eater real quick. They went through some of the news. Oh, did y'all see the Ice Age farmer? That was pretty good too. Is he in New Zealand or in America? He was talking about food scarcity and how they're banning different things. Let's see, Paul nailed it yesterday. What is that? That's not it. Wait a minute. Where's he at? I try to stay away from the whole cuckoo virus thing. That's such a it's a controversial thing that will get you kicked off the internet. It gets you kicked off of certain sites, and that's another one we don't know. You don't know enough about anybody to dictate to them what health is. But this idea of government dictating health is just pretty insane anyway. No, I'm looking for the right one. Here we go. WHO calls for official lockdowns. Doom, 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 doom. Ghastly global catastrophe.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the Liberty Report. With me today is Daniel McAdams, our co-host. Daniel, good to see you.
Happy Monday, Dr. Paul. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Ready and raring to go.
You survived the mosquitoes over the weekend?
No, I didn't quite do it. I had to put a spray on this weekend.
It was bad. It is bad out there.
Did you know there were mosquitoes in Lake Jackson before you moved here?
It was a swarm.
Yeah.
You couldn't see the sun.
Actually, I'm amazed how well they do to keep a little control of them.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about keeping control on those people who love lockdowns.
Yes.
I think we're making progress.
Yeah.
I guess we can't take any credit for some of this, maybe a little bit. But there's a tone that's changing. The people who've been preaching yes, yes, yes. If you don't do it, you're a heathen. I mean, you're unpatriotic, and you're the most evil person in the world, and you're participating in murder. If you don't follow all the lockdown rules. But we started off. We had one item about who flip-flops on this, but all of a sudden, I said, Daniel, I have another one, and you'd come up with another one. I think we have about 6 items there, but the theme is basically the same. And you wonder how a light bulb turned on all at once. We don't have to worry about it because the light bulb is a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. They're moving in our direction, which is something that they haven't done before. So there's some good items here that where the people who promoted all this lockdown and all this government intervention have taken a different view on it. But the one on that we want to start off with is who they flip-flop, urges world leaders to stop using lockdowns to fight COVID contagion. Well, is that one of us that said that? No, that's who.
Yeah.
who is the who that promoted all this nonsense? But, you know, in looking at all these items that we have, some of them sort of aren't totally up front. They say, well, I really didn't believe this, and we were doing this thing, and it doesn't matter if they want to soften their tone just as long as they're moving in our direction. And this, I think, is very, very good. And I think the American people have something to do with it. And one of them, I may quote this later on, one individual quoted, they say, well, the people are tired of it, and the politicians can't get together on it, which makes the point. You know, the people object. They usually can change it. The people of a country have the type of government that they tolerate too long. I think the tolerance level is going down. I think that's good.
Yeah, and I think we might be seeing them moving into damage control after endorsing, as you say, lockdowns and endorsing continued lockdowns. Even in May, when they started opening, the WHO said, don't you dare open. But we're talking about Dr. David Nabarro. He's the UK envoy to the World Health Organization. And he's not necessarily completely come our way, but he's recognizing the obvious. But we do have to give him some credit for being brave, because he broke ranks not only with Tedros, the WHO leader, you know, the Ethiopian communist, but he also broke ranks with the UK government, his own government, which is in the process of re-locking down the society. And he appealed to the world leaders. This was a meeting that just took place over the weekend. He appealed to world leaders. This is a great quote, and we have it in the headline. These lockdowns are causing a ghastly global catastrophe. Stop using lockdowns as a primary control mechanism for coronavirus, he said. So he has not embraced the great Barrington statement, the idea of herd immunity, but he's looking around and he's noticing that the lockdowns are a catastrophe. And he points it out that it's costing more lives than COVID. The lower paid workers, the people working on the oil rigs, or you know, the blue collar workers, the waitresses, they don't have the luxury of, you know, you can't be a waitress when you're sitting at home, right? And they're just getting hammered by this. It's causing terrible problems.
And we'll give them one little benefit of the doubt. It probably is an unintended consequence, because they can't ever believe that their policies won't do exactly what they expect it to do. But they probably didn't set out to do that, so obviously, because it's so disastrous. But now that it's here, they're waking up. But I think that, you know, that there's good reason for it. And again, I want to go back to the people waking up. And, you know, Dr. Gottlieb has been strong in this position, too. And he has a quote out about this after who flip-flop, former FDA chief, says, no reason for another round of lockdowns.
Yeah.
But the quote that I would want to read here is Dr. Gottlieb says, I think the idea that we're going to do national stay-at-home orders or even broad stay-at-home orders in select cities is just not going to happen. The popular will isn't there for it, and the political leaders on a bipartisan basis aren't going to support it. See, this is the answer to how you try to bring about changes. If there's a totalitarian society, which we should fear all the time, it takes a tremendous amount of popular pressure. But I still think we live in an age where if the people speak out, and there's more and more people just, you know, going into the stores now and resisting, with this change, this is going to be even more encouragement. So, but I think this is a very important statement. Popular opinion, they get the message for political reasons and just because the people are standing up for what they believe in.
As our good friend Joe Celente always says, when people have lost everything and they've got nothing left to lose, they lose it. And they lose it, and they're not going to take it anymore. Right. And Gottlieb, as you say, he was on Squawk Watch on CNBC this morning.
And that's good news. That's good news, but don't get too excited, because Ron is in Texas. Texas are very ornery people. They don't bend too far. A lot of scared people out there, a lot of scared people. They're waiting for the new lockdown. I have to say on this one that I'm not going to be as positive Ron Paul and say that people won't go for the lockdown. I know people that would be very happy to try this again. There are people who are waiting. They're still saying do the right thing. do the right thing. And not the right way, not in the Spike Lee way. They're talking about do the right thing. Well, these people aren't doing the right thing and until they wear their mask and get their shots and stop going to parties and stay indoors. No, there's a lot of people out there that are very scared. So, which is why I might have to end up in Texas. I might have to go to Texas. They said Texas, some parts of it is overrun, but for the most part, there's still ornery folk. They're seeing some good things. I'm seeing a little bit up here, not a lot. I'm seeing people just going in the store, thug life, like Melissa Oso or somebody, just walking in the store, Tony, not caring. Like, I'm just not going to wear it, not going to do it. And there's one brother I ran to was good. He was good. He was basically saying, look, I just go in the store. And if you say something, then my money's no good here, so I leave. And he's got the right mindset. He's got the right mindset. If people feel that you are a leper, then maybe you shouldn't support them. But like I said before with the civil rights movement, I would be no good back then. I'd be no use to what they needed back then. I work hard for my money, and I'm not spending my money with people who feels that my money is dirty or might get them sick.
But he's doing damage control again. He's saying, no, the WHO is not flip-flopping. This isn't what you're seeing, right. But he admits it. But, Dr. Navarro, he clarifies the use of the lockdown. Now you tell us, right? The only time a lockdown is justified is to buy time, to reorganize, to regroup, and to rebalance your resources, which is what they promised us in the beginning. Remember, 15 days to flatten the curve. But now he has recognized that these lockdowns are doubling world poverty, they're doubling child malnutrition, and they are literally causing more lives to be lost than the virus itself.
And this may have a political significance. I know we're about to have the election in a couple weeks, but there may be now, and this might be the reason we're getting this, is if this is on the people's mind and they're sick and tired of it, if there's any undecided left out there, this might be the big issue, are the lockdowns. So this might be a sign that there's a shift in attitude and may play a role in the election.
I would say it puts Biden in a bind because he has staked out the position, I'm the lockdown candidate. He said explicitly, I will have a nationwide mask mandate and I would shut it all down, quote unquote, shut it all down if the science tells me to. And with Trump trying to position himself, doing his best, positioning himself as the open it up candidate, as the we can get through this, do not be afraid candidate, I think Biden is in a bind. And in fact, I don't know if you saw this, Dr. Paul, but they held a rally, Biden held a rally in Arizona, and the media was there to cover it. There wasn't a single person that showed up. So. But what's interesting is that the other thing, just talking about Trump, while we're talking about him, is Trump tweeted over the weekend, he said, hey, I'm over the COVID, I'm no longer contagious, I'll never get it again. Twitter censored him, saying that he was lying. Well, they asked Gottlieb about that this morning on the TV, and he reluctantly said, yeah, that's probably true. He's probably not contagious anymore. So it's interesting how they don't want this to get out. Once you get it and get over it, and you're not sick and you don't die like Trump was supposed to do, you're no longer contagious and you'll never get it again.
I guess there's always exception to some of the rules. But in my mind, I never thought that you could turn the switch on and off again. Oh, I'm immune today and I have immunity. Oh, tomorrow I don't have any immunity, this sort of thing. So I think they're going to have a hard time trying to prove that Trump's infectious again and is going to infect the world.
Well, who also got over it, by the way, is Chris Christie. And someone pointed out, a friend of ours pointed out, that if Chris Christie gets COVID and gets over it, this is officially over. If he gets, this guy is the walking comorbidity in the country, and he got over it. So we want to actually, let's look at a couple of we're getting behind we're talking ahead of ourselves, but let's look at a couple of our clips just to kind of keep up with what we're saying. Here is this is the Dr. Navarro who made that point. But let's move on to our next topic, which is the next picture. And this is also very interesting. This is from Off Guardian, a very good publication, who accidentally confirms COVID is no more dangerous than the flu. And of course, they're going to go nuts. If we put this in the headline, they probably would attack us. But this really, and I'm not a great math guy, this really is simple math, right?
Yeah, that's right. And the infectious rate and the deaths from this, which should be the bottom line, are so much improved. And I think that It's just too bad that this doesn't make the head news, the news in the evening. But you got to give credit to Fox.
Yeah,
they have been good on this issue.
Laura Ingraham and Tucker, good. Yeah,
they are. And they have a significant audience. There's no doubt about it. And they're going to feel good if all of a sudden their liberal competition has to concede a little bit. And even if it's subtle, it's still a good thing. But this was one of the arguments that I've always wanted to use early on. But this one gives some statistics on it. Is the fact that we go through flu season all the time, and nobody pays any attention to it. And a lot of them, the Gateses of the world, they want to have flu treated like the coronavirus, not the real coronavirus, but the fictitious coronavirus. And that is, they're looking into the next season. They probably know this is not quite as bad as they said. So they're trying to get ready to condition the people that there will be another virus. And Gates was on. His smugness is pretty annoying. He says, well, just looks like we're going to have to adapt for 2 more years. We can't handle it. The statistics now, and a few people who are tired of it, they're not going to wait 2 more years to be able to go out and eat their dinner out.
Yeah. Well, the thing that's so corrupt about it is that you have to follow the CDC. They are God. If you go against them, you will hate science. But the #1 funder of CDC is Gates himself. So, I mean, how can you have an objective organization? Clearly someone with an agenda. Gates has an agenda. He's not shy about it. And here they're the ones. So your salary depends on whether Bill Gates you agree with Bill Gates or not.
If you understand it that way, you'd have to say there has to be a couple people still at the CDC that's willing to at least leak out the truth, you know. And a lot of people have become annoyed with the CDC, and the fact that they question it is very important. I mean, before they used the CDC in a political sense and pumped up the people and frightened and terrorized the people, nobody really paid much attention to it, and yet a lot of people pay attention to it now. So I think that's one of the benefits.
I think a lot of good things are going to come out of it. I think this is we're witnessing the beginning of the end of Rockefeller medicine. I think we're witnessing the beginning of the end of for-profit vaccination corporations pretending to be scientific. I think that people are sick of it to a degree. A couple things. Doubling world poverty. I thought that was huge. So the fact that I'll post a link, you can watch the rest of it, but if the lockdowns are doubling world poverty and the greatest act of violence is poverty, then what does that mean? The lockdowns have been the greatest act of violence that we've witnessed in our generation. That's what it means. Trump getting censored on Twitter. That's a great thing. Can you imagine that coming out of I don't know, having some sort of flu or virus or something, and you're done, you're feeling good. I'm feeling much better, everybody. I'm better. They censor you like, no, you're not. You're not better. I love it. I love it. Twitter doing exactly what they're supposed to do, and hopefully take some of that showman narcissism and blow right back at them. Hopefully. We do need a world where United States presidents are allowed to speak their own truth. We need a world, even Jim Crow Joe, he's got to be able to speak his own truth too. Listen, I call him Jim Crow Joe because he brought the new Jim Crow. But if I were Jim Crow Joe, I'd be Jim Crow Joe. I'd do exactly what he'd do. I'd do exactly what Trump did. And then I also agree with Chris Christie didn't beat it, and that should be the end. We should understand. That was actually, I think that was in Revelation somewhere. I think in Revelations it said, Revelation was 7:14, something like that. It said when Chris Christie, when the bowls open up in heaven, and Chris Christie beats it, that's pretty much the sign that everybody gonna beat this thing down and beat it down. Nobody's too scared. Nobody's too scared anymore. All right, I'm gonna get going. So we do some last couple comments and we're gonna run. The police told people they won't enforce it. Here in town, the newspaper reported a lady walking through town in masks. The police tried to offer her one, and she declined. People got mad, and the police because of something. I guess they wouldn't. They said they want to force it. That's where I am too, Citizen Dad. The police said they're not going to support unconstitutional things, which is a great thing. I wish they did that from the very beginning. But just the ignorance. But police aren't isolated from ignorance no more than we are. They have a job to do, and that job is going to be dictated by their sheriff. If the sheriff says arrest people or give them citations or throw them in the paddy wagon, that's what they're going to do. Everybody does what they're supposed to for their job. That's the problem with having debt and money, because you can break people and make them do things that they know are wrong. So we'll see what happens. I'm not as skeptical. I think that there's a person running for president who has a platform that we will lock down. We're going to lock down hard this time, and that's going to keep you safe. Rick from The Walking Dead. And I think that's what some people want. And I try to let those people know, then when you better learn how to shoot, because you're going to get a civil war.
It's just a mask.
No, actually it's not. It's a principle. It is a principle. You know, it's just a mask to you, like to a raper, it's just a penis. Nah, it's a principle. You pull that thing out, or you try to force this on somebody else, they're supposed to rip it off and throw it in the tall grass. And that's what people do with these masks. I got another picture I got to post. Somebody just put a mask on everywhere I go. They're all over, littering everywhere. We're saving grandmama by buying Rockefeller plastic masks and throwing them on the ground. Nah, you abuse people. You're supposed to get what you earn. And I'm just going to warn you. I know the Americans. They are going for another lockdown. It's not that you won't get away with it. It's just, it's not going to stick. You're going to start a civil war. When you operate on ignorance and you make decisions based on ignorance and you try to usurp force over people as a supremacist, you're going to get the fight you deserve. And I think that's probably a bad idea. Salt is a cure for slugs. Yes, it is, Beaufont. I used to cure slugs all the time as a child. We used to cure the hell out of them. It's not against women. It's not against the law, just morals. Not true science either on any level. No, it's not. They made the whole thing up. And OSHA consultants proved that to be true, Miss B. True. They made the whole thing up. And it's all a bag of nonsense. So, all right, I'm going to have to get going. I'm going to have to get scoop that battle. We need a world without presidents. We do, Paul. But, you know, at a principle level, we need a world without power. We need a free world. We need a world with equality. We need a world with free will. And once we have that, amazing things are going to happen. Yes, time for new ways of healing. Yes, Christine, and the only way we'll get new healing is we got to make new decisions and new behaviors. And hopefully we can do that based on the fact that ignorance is not bliss and none of us know enough to force anybody else to do anything else that they don't want to do. I am not good with people who feel they have clout due to their, Citizen Dev, I can't see the Yeah, I'm not good with people who are prideful. I'm not good with them. I listen to them. I'm not really good with them. I don't like abusers. There's something about I love them, don't like them. Something about people who feel that they abuse other people. There's a core broken part of a human being who feels that they can tell somebody else what to do or abuse them. Saw masks on the ground outside my son's apartment. Trash can 15 feet away. Because people don't care, Diane. They don't care. They're scared. And scared people are capable of anything. Like scared cougars. Like scared pets. Alright, I gotta go. Rebecca Costello, please keep your animals on leashes. Please keep your crocodiles on leashes. I got to get going. This is Gerard. Live like you don't know. Do not live in a state of ignorance.